Hello, everybody, and welcome to the May meeting of the Joint User Group. We're going to kind of jump right in. Sorry for the late start. We had to get a couple technical things worked out. So I'm going to turn it over to Calvin for new business.
That worked perfect. Thanks, Fred. Can everybody hear me okay?
Loud and clear.
Oh, Fred, you were supposed to say no. What'd you say?
Nope, we can hear you.
And you should be the presenter now if you want to share your screen, Calvin.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find the right monitor. There we go. So we have our new agenda. Is everyone able to see this?
Yep.
Did I pick the right screen? Yay! As my grandfather always said, a man with two watches is never really sure what time it is. A man with more than one screen has no clue where to focus his eyes. So for our new business this morning, we have presenters and our chairs here in the group. So we are joined this morning by Christine Fierce. Hassa is also a panelist here with us this morning. Beth is on her way. She's running a little bit behind. Fred's over there and myself. I think Jose will also be popping in here this morning. For our presenters, we have myself. Dylan actually just ran home ill. So I'll be doing the kinetic potholes and noteses right after Jose Gomez introduces the advanced BAQs and BPM forms and what they've been doing there at Stephen Gold. After that, I'll be doing the What's New in 22, the new version that's coming out from Epicor here at the end of the month. That should be going GA. After that, Mark Wansel from PGI, Caleb Grunmeyer from Ag Leader, and Fred from CodaBears will be going over how to create a test environment so that you have a sandbox to actually do your testing and playing in. Then we'll have the Stump the Chump session. And in between all that, we will try and have a half-hour break here for lunch. So I think we're having Jimmy John's delivered today. So yay, I'm looking forward to it. Next thing, we have a meeting dates coming up for the rest of the year. Is August 17th is currently on the schedule. November 9th is our fourth quarter meeting. Insights is literally 2 weeks away. It's going to be in Nashville this year. I'm going to put a request out to people. Any presentations requested, please go ahead and fill out your surveys and put down what type of topics you're looking to see at future user group meetings. We've had a couple requests here for in-person meetings to resume here in the Midwest. So we got in touch with the venue that we normally meet at, our golf club here in Bloomingdale. Mid-July, July 12th specifically, is an option for a date. Another date that we could do was October 13th. And I think Fred is going to pop a poll out for everybody because we're going to try and find out which date people would like. So if you would, please go ahead and vote on the July or the October date. This will not interfere with the meeting dates that we have coming up. And I was chatting with Christine this morning. She's looking for the Iowa group to have a get together for themselves again, but she's trying to check on dates that are available in the fall for their training room there at Ag Leader.
Calvin, would that also still be online as well as in person?
We've tried to do the in-person meetings online, and everybody is so tiny in the video camera that a lot of the online attendees aren't really getting anything out of the meeting. We can try and do it again by putting a PC kind of up at the front of the room, but the venue is pretty large. When we have the session, it's anywhere 50 to 80 people in the meeting, and trying to get them, everybody that's in the meeting and the presenter and the presentation, it's a real tiny screen, so when we do that. So we can try to do it again. We had a person from Illinois Lock that did videography and videos of weddings and things. So he brought all of his equipment and tried videoing one of the sessions, and there was not a lot of positive feedback from that.
Fair enough. If it's that large of a attendance, then obviously there's no need for online. It is because our Midwest, I think, hasn't been that big. I mean, we don't have 100 people showing up from what I've seen.
Exactly. We've been getting more people in the virtual meetings, but that's because everybody can attend from wherever they are.
And Iowa usually has about somewhere in the 40 to 50 plus range of attendees when we meet in person.
So Calvin, Dave Miller's asking, what is bringing about the in-person meetings? Is it more about the social aspect? If yes, we could just have a social gathering.
That we could do. It was mostly the social and networking elbow room, and hey, getting to talk to your colleagues and everybody was really what the push was for. Now, Dave, being such a heavy drinker, I know you run to the bar all the time, not, but exactly, just the social is just getting together with people.
Well, Iowa meeting, I was planning, if I get to do one, I want to do one just like we did with presenters a whole day, if we can get that worked out. I guess we're not that
Michigan.
social. We don't have
Sorry,
alcohol.
Christine.
Huh?
Sorry.
Okay, we're about 3.5 minutes into the voting. I think things have slowed down. How much longer do you want to take it there, Calvin?
I'm going to say it's a landslide at 78%, 77% are for October, and 23% are saying July. So I'm going to say we stick with the October 13th date, and we'll go ahead and reserve the location over there in Bloomingdale, and we'll start an in-person meeting come October 13th.
All right, back over to you.
Indiana group is looking at, sorry, Michigan Indiana group is looking at possibly sometime this fall meeting in person. Just depends if our venue is open and what's going on. So just for anybody who's in the group that's in this meeting, it looks like hopefully we'll be meeting in person sometime this fall. So watch your email for something.
Awesome. Or when we get together in August, we can send that out as well. Beth, as a notice to everybody what day is picked. Same thing for you, Christine. When we get together in August, we can talk about what days you guys were able to secure. If anybody wants to come into town, that's also more than available. I know Chicago's a little easier to get to than Kalamazoo, if you guys are still meeting at the library, Beth. Kalamazoo doesn't have a real big airport over there. What would it be? Ann Arbor? Lansing?
Not sure, but typically we're meeting, we meet in Kalamazoo because it's central to not only Michigan, but to Indiana as well.
Yep.
So that's why we determined to hold it there. It seems to be a pretty good meeting spot for us. So we'll be looking at somewhere in that area as well.
Awesome. So
You're
yeah,
always
it looks like
welcome to the cornfield in Iowa.
hey, if we actually got together like in September, there's a lot of fests over there, Christine. That's harvest time.
It is.
And the corn's really good.
And you don't have to be a member of the user group in Iowa. If you did want to fly in and come, you are more than welcome to.
Same thing. Beth, I believe your group is free also. We just end up paying for the venue. It's like a $10 some contribution. It's very small. Same thing for ours.
Exactly. We don't charge the big dollars to come to our meeting. We want, as many people there as we can get in person. And so it's a nominal fee and pretty much covers the room, that type of thing.
Same thing. Ours is a nominal fee also to cover the room and the catered food. Okay, the next one, let me go ahead and mute my phone here. It's ringing in the background. We're looking at doing the user for user conference again. This was done back in 2003, where we had a user group meeting kind of put together similar to an Insights, but it was actually users teaching users. It was a 3-day conference, but we had users teaching the sessions to other users. And then we had 7 different tracks running. So there would be technical, programming, manufacturing, sales, accounting, supply chain, inventory control, and then just having people share their experiences of how they got the software to work, what they did in their area to make cycle counting work. How did I get MRP to work for my company? What were the settings we had to do? But sharing that from a user's perspective to other users. Back in the past, the venue does have a 300-person limit. We were able to secure the same location at the 4 Point Sheraton. So there is a limit of 300 people that can actually hold at the venue. We're looking somewhere around $1,400 a person, but that includes your meals, your lodging, and the conference, everything. And they do offer a shuttle bus to and from the airport, and shuttle buses to popular venues and attractions over by O'Hare Airport, as well as transportation to the city. Do you have a poll for this one as well, Fred? Hey, there it goes. Okay, that was rather interesting. That perfect balance when it started. Yeah, we were looking just to find a poll of yes, is this something we should look into? If this is good, we'll go ahead and reserve the space. The dates we're looking at is August 23rd through the 25th. It's before month end. It's not over a month end, so people can still do that. And it's not over the other dates. If we do the user for user conference in August, we may turn around and postpone the August 17th meeting for the user group to turn around, just have the venue for the user for user conference. And people like you, Hazo, I'm going to be saying, hey, you want to teach a class? I know you know how to make things work in the software. And same thing with you, Christine. I know you know how to make Epicor work. So it's going to be a lot of the people that we see at these online meetings giving presentations, doing sessions, but being more focused in a one-on-one with people, face-to-face, where you can also ask the questions. .7% voted. I did not see that before on the earlier one. Do we have like a rule of thumb when 75% have voted? We close the poll or we keep it going? What's your rule of thumb there, Fred?
I usually go about 2-3 minutes. Whoever's voted is voted by that time typically. So if y'all can just submit your answers for the poll.
And Calvin, I think when users say no, maybe this is just a bad year with inflation and stuff. Maybe this is a genius idea. It just might not work out with budgets. And so
Not a
if we don't
problem.
get it this year, we will try it next year.
Yep, but I still want to try and put the screws to the Sheraton to see if we can get the prices down for people. But the venue only handled so many, and we would also turn around and probably have to have a split for people that are here in Chicagoland area who aren't going to need a room per se. Is there going to be a discount? And then for presenters, we'd have another discount probably later for people doing presentations.
So it looks like the voting slowed down. I'll wait just a few more seconds. If you've got an opinion, go ahead and register it with the poll.
Any questions or comments or things like that, go ahead and put that into the chat.
I do have one question. Probably curious.
Mhm.
This is a joint conference for Iowa and Midwest group, or just Midwest?
All Epicor
Oh,
users.
okay.
Yep,
Okay,
nationwide.
so got it. Okay.
So I know there are a handful of people that join into the meetings from Europe and the EU, and a couple of groups from Australia and the Asia Pacific that actually join into our virtual online meetings as well, even though there's a time difference. We're going to open it to them as well if they wanted to make the travel.
All right, let's go ahead and close the poll here, Kelvin.
Awesome. We're split right in the middle, 49-51. This looks like a political election almost. It's neck and neck.
It's dump 2%
Unlike-
at 4 a.m.
Exactly.
Just kidding. Remember,
Hey, never-
panelists do not get to vote, so there might have been just panelists that were interested as well.
Awesome. That sounds good. Has Jose popped in here yet? I did not see him.
Yep, he's
Yep.
in.
There he is. I was looking at the attendee list, not the staff list. I know we're a little bit early. We have about a 10-minute. If anybody needs a bio break or anything, now's a perfect time to do it. Jose, if you want to go ahead and get set up and ready.